I am unable to provide direct quotes from the National Electrical Code, often referred to as the NEC, due to restrictions on accessing the complete and up-to-date standards without a paid subscription. The NEC is a comprehensive set of guidelines and regulations governing electrical installations in the United States. It is developed and maintained by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA. The purpose of the NEC is to ensure the safety of people and property from hazards arising from the use of electricity. Because it is a copyrighted document, accessing the full text typically requires a paid subscription to the NFPA or another authorized provider. This subscription provides access to the complete codebook, including all articles, tables, and figures. These resources are essential for electrical contractors, engineers, inspectors, and anyone involved in electrical work to ensure compliance with safety standards. Without a valid subscription, accessing and quoting directly from the NEC is not permissible, and using outdated information can lead to safety violations and potential hazards. There are several categories included in the NEC. Firstly, general requirements covers topics such as definitions, general installation requirements, and wiring methods. Secondly, wiring and protection addresses overcurrent protection, grounding, and wiring methods for various applications. Thirdly, wiring methods and materials details the types of cables, conductors, and other materials suitable for different installations. Fourthly, equipment for general use covers requirements for appliances, lighting, and other electrical equipment. Fifthly, special occupancies deals with installations in hazardous locations, healthcare facilities, and other special environments. Sixthly, special equipment covers requirements for elevators, electric signs, and other specialized equipment. Seventhly, communications systems addresses the installation of communication cables and equipment. Eighthly, tables provides essential tables for ampacity, conductor sizing, and other calculations. Let us discuss some common misconceptions of NEC. One common misconception is thinking that the NEC is a federal law. The NEC is not a federal law, but is a standard developed by the National Fire Protection Association. It is often adopted by state and local jurisdictions as part of their building codes. Another misconception is that the NEC is a design guide. The NEC provides minimum safety requirements, not design specifications. It is the responsibility of qualified professionals to design electrical systems that meet both safety and performance requirements. Another misconception is that following the NEC guarantees safety. While the NEC provides comprehensive safety guidelines, compliance alone does not guarantee complete safety. Proper installation, maintenance, and user awareness are crucial for ensuring electrical safety. Another misconception is that the NEC applies to all electrical installations. The NEC primarily applies to new electrical installations and significant renovations. However, some jurisdictions may have specific requirements for existing installations. Another misconception is that the NEC is the same everywhere. While the NEC is widely adopted, local jurisdictions may have amendments or additional requirements that must be followed. It is essential to consult the local electrical code for specific regulations. Another misconception is that the NEC covers all aspects of electrical work. The NEC primarily focuses on safety aspects of electrical installations. Other standards and regulations may apply to specific equipment or applications. Another misconception is that the NEC is easy to understand. The NEC is a complex document with technical terminology and specific requirements. It requires proper training and experience to interpret and apply correctly. There are resources that can assist in understanding NEC. The National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, offers training courses, publications, and other resources to help professionals understand and apply the NEC effectively. Electrical trade associations provide educational programs, training materials, and networking opportunities for electrical professionals. Many community colleges and vocational schools offer courses in electrical wiring, code compliance, and related topics. Online forums and discussion groups can be valuable resources for asking questions, sharing knowledge, and staying up to date on code changes. Consulting with experienced electrical inspectors can provide valuable insights and guidance on code compliance issues. Staying informed about updates to the NEC is crucial. The NEC is revised and updated every 3 years to reflect changes in technology, safety practices, and industry standards. It is important to stay informed about the latest edition of the NEC and any local amendments that may apply. Subscribing to NFPA publications, attending industry conferences, and participating in continuing education courses are effective ways to stay informed. Consulting with electrical inspectors and other professionals can also help you stay up to date on code changes. When working on electrical projects, it is always recommended to consult with qualified professionals to ensure compliance with the NEC and other applicable regulations. This may include licensed electricians, electrical engineers, and electrical inspectors. These professionals have the knowledge and experience to design, install, and inspect electrical systems safely and effectively. Attempting to perform electrical work without proper training and experience can be dangerous and may violate local codes. Regarding code interpretation is a critical aspect of electrical work that requires a thorough understanding of the NEC and other applicable regulations. It involves analyzing specific code requirements and applying them to real-world situations. Accurate code interpretation is essential for ensuring electrical safety and compliance. Here are some tips for effective code interpretation. Firstly, start with the basics. Begin by familiarizing yourself with the general requirements and definitions in the NEC. This will provide a solid foundation for understanding more specific code requirements. Secondly, read carefully. Pay close attention to the wording of the code requirements and avoid making assumptions. If something is unclear, consult the definitions section or seek clarification from a qualified professional. Thirdly, consider the context. Take into account the specific circumstances of the installation, including the type of occupancy, the voltage level, and the environmental conditions. Fourthly, use the tables. The NEC contains numerous tables that provide essential information for conductor sizing, overcurrent protection, and other calculations. Be sure to use the appropriate tables for the specific application. Fifthly, consult with experts. If you are unsure about how to interpret a particular code requirement, seek guidance from a licensed electrician, electrical engineer, or electrical inspector. Sixthly, stay up to date. The NEC is revised every 3 years, so it is important to stay informed about the latest changes and updates. Lastly, document your interpretations. Keep a record of your code interpretations and the reasoning behind them. This can be helpful for future reference and for demonstrating compliance to inspectors. Let's talk about code enforcement. Code enforcement is the process of ensuring that electrical installations comply with the requirements of the NEC and other applicable regulations. It is typically carried out by electrical inspectors who are employed by local jurisdictions. The role of the electrical inspector is to review plans, inspect installations, and issue permits to ensure that electrical work is performed safely and in accordance with code. Electrical inspectors have the authority to enforce the code and to require corrections if violations are found. Here are some tips for working with electrical inspectors. Firstly, be prepared. Before the inspection, make sure that all electrical work is complete and ready for inspection. Have all necessary documentation, such as permits and plans, available for the inspector. Secondly, be professional. Treat the inspector with respect and cooperate fully with their requests. Answer their questions honestly and provide any additional information they may need. Thirdly, be knowledgeable. Familiarize yourself with the code requirements that apply to the installation. This will help you answer the inspector's questions and address any concerns they may have. Fourthly, be proactive. If you are unsure about any aspect of the code, ask the inspector for clarification before the inspection. This can help you avoid costly mistakes and delays. Fifthly, be responsive. If the inspector finds any violations, take prompt action to correct them. Keep the inspector informed of your progress and schedule a follow-up inspection to verify that the corrections have been made. Sixthly, be persistent. If you disagree with the inspector's interpretation of the code, respectfully present your case and provide supporting documentation. If you are still unable to resolve the issue, you may have the option to appeal the inspector's decision. Lastly, be safe. Always prioritize safety when working on electrical installations. Follow all applicable safety procedures and use appropriate personal protective equipment. Regarding safety practices, electrical safety is paramount when working with electricity. Electrical hazards can cause serious injuries, including burns, electric shock, and even death. It is essential to follow safe work practices and to use appropriate personal protective equipment to minimize the risk of electrical accidents. Here are some key safety practices to follow when working with electricity. Firstly, always de-energize circuits before working on them. Use a voltage tester to verify that the circuit is de-energized. Secondly, use lockout/tagout procedures to prevent accidental re-energization of circuits. Thirdly, wear appropriate personal protective equipment such as safety glasses, insulated gloves, and arc-rated clothing. Fourthly, use insulated tools and equipment. Fifthly, maintain a safe distance from energized parts. Sixthly, never work in wet or damp conditions. Seventhly, be aware of overhead power lines. Eighthly, use ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, in wet locations and other areas where there is a risk of electric shock. Ninthly, inspect electrical equipment regularly for damage or defects. Lastly, follow all applicable safety regulations and procedures. There are several resources available for learning about electrical safety. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, provides information and training on electrical safety in the workplace. The National Safety Council offers courses and resources on electrical safety for both professionals and the general public. Electrical trade associations provide training and educational materials on electrical safety practices. Utility companies offer safety programs and resources for customers. Online resources such as websites and videos can provide valuable information on electrical safety. It is crucial to stay informed about electrical safety hazards and to follow safe work practices to prevent accidents. I am unable to provide specific guidance on electrical installations without access to the NEC and other relevant resources. It is always recommended to consult with qualified professionals for advice and assistance with electrical projects. The information provided here is for general informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional advice.